and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm recreating an iconic Blair Waldorf look from season 2 of Gossip Girl. We got the makeup and the hair, and you might notice my hair's a little bit darker, and typically in my videos I switch up my hair color by just using basically spray and hair paint that washes right out, or I use wigs, but I haven't actually colored my own hair for like a year, and the state of my hair prior to dyeing it a little bit darker was very brassy and quite dry from the sun. So I thought it was time for a change, and I'm so excited to be working with Moroccan oil on this video, and I'm showing you guys how to use the color depositing mask. This is in the shade Cocoa, as you'll see, but what I love about this product is they combine care and color, so you're getting a gradual fade out color while also getting the nourishing benefits of argan oil, which is in all of the Moroccan oil products. And more about the mask before I show you how I applied it. There are 7 different shades and a really helpful guide that lets you know what'll work best for your starting color. For me, starting with light brown, I was choosing between Cocoa and Bordeaux, and I decided to go with Cocoa because I thought it was more Blair and I think it's a great fall color. Since I'm going with a subtle enough change, I didn't go ahead and do a strand test, but if you're starting with lighter hair and you want to try out a shade like aquamarine or hibiscus, then I definitely recommend doing a small section and seeing how your hair responds, but here's me doing my full head. Start off with clean towel dried hair, and next section your hair to make sure you're covering each section thoroughly with the mask. I split my hair into 3 sections on either side. I started with the back strands and then moved forward, and you can just use your hands because the color totally comes off skin, which is awesome. Disperse evenly and comb through with a wide tooth comb. Then just wait 5 to 7 minutes. I did the full 7. Rinse out, and here's the color comparison starting from light brown to this cocoa rich medium brown. Also, this mask, while having color in it, still manages to smell really nice and exotic, and I'm just super happy with how this whole look turned out. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more pop culture videos. Also, there will be a link down below to this mask if you're interested, and let's just get started with this makeup and then we'll move on to the curls. I started this makeup look with my favorite foundation already on, the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation in shade 2. I do have a chemical burn that I took a while to cover really gently off screen, so that part was skipped, but this foundation is beautiful and I'll start videos from the beginning soon, I promise. And then to highlight, I'm using touches of the Tarte Shape Tape in the lightest shade. I'm accenting the chin to be a bit wider and rounder, brightening up around the nose and also on the cheekbones. Blair has very prominent cheekbones and apples of the cheeks, so we're going to have fun with that in today's tutorial. And I'm just blending out. And one of my favorite powders that I kind of forgot about is the Hourglass Veil powder, and my skin does have some texture where that burn is, but the rest of the skin looks really nice with this powder. It's super silky. And in my recreation photo, Blair is quite pale, but she does have some color, so I'm using the Benefit Hoola Light Bronzer and starting to sculpt the apples of the cheeks by bringing this in a rounded motion all the way to beside the nose and bringing in that color to the forehead too. Now deepening up that cheek contour, still in a rounded motion with my favorite, the Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Powder. For a Blair-inspired nose contour, Leighton has a cute tip with 2 divots and then a thinner nose bridge than I do. So I'm starting by adding a small shadow to accent the tip there. I'm really just looking at a photo and adding in subtle shadows that I see. If you want to do like a recreation photo, I recommend finding a really great photo of the actress, like a headshot, and just working off one image because in different lighting, shadows change, so it's just easiest that way. And I'm deepening up between the eyes and nose for more of a deep set eye look, and I love Leighton's deep, sultry, big brown eyes, so I'm adding a small shadow under the lash line in a rounded shape as well. Blush, I went with this Buxom Wanderlust, I don't know why I had trouble saying that. Primer-Infused blush, and Blair usually has very flush cheeks, so I'm going kind of ham with this. You can always tone it down, but when the whole look is together, it does balance out, I promise. And also, I always use the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand to make the skin glow and add more dimension. It's a very well-loved product of mine, as you can see, but on the nose, it just really helps make the contour look more realistic. And I thought it was really cool that in this look, Blair had a golden highlight, and it wasn't a lot lighter than her skin tone. It kind of blended into the deeper blush, so I went with Ibiza by NARS. Filling in my brows a tiny bit to give them more shape. This show featured more thin brows than super full brows, but hers were still very natural looking, had a bit of an arch, so I just went with shade 3, and I'm using Benefit's Goof Proof Brow for a change. I've been using Precisely My Brow a ton recently, but I forgot how quick and easy this one was too. And throwback, let me know if you guys watched my channel when I did all the live action Cinderella videos. This matte collection was my everything. I remember I like ran to the store first thing in the morning, and they have all these shades sold separately still, so you can use whatever you have in your collection, but I started with Quarry and a bit of Omega in the inner and outer crease. On the outer crease, I'm fading it into a V and kind of going on a downward angle to help get her eye shape. And on the inner and outer lid, I added Satin Taupe, such a classic MAC old YouTube shade. And in the center, brightening up with a light shadow with some shimmer to it. You can go with a silver or a light pearly shade like this one. Finally, the deepest shade, Stroke of Midnight, or, you know, any deep purple to deepen up the look and accent the roundness of the eye. Liner is super easy. Just take a deep shadow like Shadowy Lady and add some setting spray on an angled brush. And then I like to pat this as a liner mainly on the inner and outer lash line. It's subtle. You can add it on the waterline as well, or use a liner if you want to. And I used Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I have this one with faux diamonds and I just thought it was fun. I love to grab this one solely because of the packaging, and it is a great mascara, but that's why I keep grabbing for it. It's just sparkly. And I used a tiny bit on the top, and then I'm coating the bottom lashes too. Lastly, I used Charlotte Tilbury Bond Girl lipstick, and I love the applicator. I'm creating a less prominent V for my cupid's bow with a rounded upper lip more than my own, less of a full bottom lip to help emulate Blair a little more. But whatever you choose to do for your lip shape, this is a really nice everyday shade. And over top, I was in between two glosses. I ended up going with an old favorite. This is the Buxom shade Haley. Love how tingly these are, and I forgot, but I added some Satin Taupe under the bottom lash line to finish off the eye. And there is my Blair inspired makeup. Wearable glam, and stay tuned for Blair curls.
We kept letting it go for too long. It was time to react. You can run, you can hide, but the music will stop. It's a fact.
We've got the natural glam makeup on, and Blair's curls for my inspiration were a mix of facing towards the face and away, mainly towards from the back of the hair and then away from the front. And usually I use a wand. That's my favorite way to curl my hair, but I did pick up a curling iron and I'm just rolling the hair upwards, holding for a couple seconds, and when you release the curl, spray with a higher hold hairspray. To enhance the ringlet type of shape, see how I pulled apart and then sprayed the curl? It does allow for the curl to be less weighed down and the hairspray to coat within the curl to hold the shape, so that's just a quick tip. You can do pin curls for lasting ringlets, but I wanted this to be more of a quick, doable look. And my hair is long and thin, and it actually does not hold medium-sized curls very well, so you'll see how I make my hair look a lot thicker and fuller in the end. But if your hair is shorter and layered like Blair's, all you'll need to do is curl and spray. Add a black satin headband with a sideways bow, and I'm pretty sure Blair wears hers on the right side, but I like mine on the left, so sorry to be a little inaccurate there. But here's where you take a fine-tooth comb and very gently backcomb the front to make it just fuller and fluffier, and then twist and pin backwards. And if you have longer hair, you can build up the volume around the face by pinning up some of the curls. My hair is long enough that I can pin to the scalp behind my ear in an X, and then it will stay that way. Again, a bit of teasing throughout the curls on the underside. You want to keep this subtle because, as I said, Blair is very put together and polished, but you can already see how much fuller the hair looks. I pinned the hair for a recreation photo, but leaving your own length is more practical, and here is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this Blair Waldorf tutorial, and if you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more pop culture videos. I try to post every week, Sometimes videos take a little bit longer, like for example, finding this top was really hard. I found something similar on Poshmark and then I just like cut off the neckline, ordered this little tie scarf, made my own little sleeves here, and then added a bow to this headband. So it took a little bit of DIYing, but I love Gossip Girl, and I think my last video I did inspired by the show was years ago from inspired by Serena Vanderwoodsen. So if you want to watch that, go ahead, but I'm really young in it and it's kind of funny now, but I still have that teal jacket and I wear it all the time. That's like one of my favorite pieces that I own. Also, if you ever tag me when you try out a style, make sure you do on Instagram because I love featuring you guys in my videos. So here are a couple of my favorite photos you sent in. And everything will be linked down below, like this awesome Moroccan oil depositing mask, as well as all the makeup products used. And I have my vlog channel linked down there, and I recently did a New York vlog, so if you're looking for more Gossip Girl vibes, head over there to watch, and I'll see you in my next video.